Okay, going to show you a quick tutorial on how to do a little button. Click New, 512 by 512. Transparency for the background. Selection tool. Select. Bucket fill. Choose your color. We'll go with blue. Fill it. Filters. Drop shadow. Go 0 and 0, which will make it go around all the edges. Allow resizing is fine. And there you go, you have a quick little button with a drop shadow, but it looks kind of flat, so let's make it a little rounder. Add bevel under demo. Do not work on a copy, set it at about 23, click OK, and you'll see it'll make it a little fancy. Now, I don't like that, I think it should be a little bit more, so we go back to the core, add bevel, set it to 27, 28, and do it again. If you go back and undo and set it to 27, you're going to get just about the same effect. But if you leave it as is and add another bevel at 27 or 28 or any higher number, you're going to get a little bit more of a better effect. You'll get the shadows around the edges, you'll get the crinkles at some of the corners, and so on. So now we go to Image, Merge Visible Layers. The reason why you'd want to do that is because when you go to put it on the web or whatever, it's going to reduce the resing time. It'll pop right up and show for people. If you leave it at more than one layer, then it might take a couple seconds for people to see it. And as you can see, it says up here one layer. Whereas if I go undo, you'll see it's 2 layers. So if you go back and you merge, it's back to being 1 layer. Now go to File, do not save or save as, because that'll save it as an XML, not as an actual image. So you want to go to Export, and this is something that's new in the new GIMP. If you have the older GIMP, it's not going to be like this. You'll go as save, you'll see there's no export or export as. Select where you want it, select the name, button, and export, export. Now that's for the transparent background. If you want to have a solid white background, which some sites require that, they won't allow you to upload transparency. You save it as JPG as the extension, export, export. And now if we go and we look at these, you can see there's 2 different ones. Your JPEG is going to be first, and then your PNG, because I have it set to name as the sort. And you can see it's got the white background. If we look at this one in the regular viewer, you can see there's no white background, but you can't see the shadow because the background of this Windows Photos app is black. But if we were to open it in Firefox, you'll see it add a little white background so that you can see the transparency. If you were to put it on a website, then it's going to be transparent. It's not going to show this white background. It will show whatever color is behind this button along with the drop shadow, which looks really nice if you put it on a website like that. Now if you want it to be a regular size button, go to Image, Scale Image, Unlink, so that it doesn't auto put in numbers, because you'll just end up with a square again. So let's go 140 by 30 and scale, and you can see it looks like a regular button now. So if we go ahead, we file, save as, export as, button, small, export. Add a little text to it. Just click the A, which is for writing text in. Select your color. Gonna go with green. Click me. I'm gonna center it. Choose my font. And then I'm gonna make it a little bit nicer. Go to Distorts, Emboss, OK. Filters, light and shadow, drop shadow, everything's still set, so you don't have to change anything. Click OK. Image, merge, make it less annoying for resing. Export as, and this time I'm going to save it as a PNG so that it's clear background so I can show you the effects. So if we go here and we open it with Firefox, as soon as it decides to load, you can see that would be really nice for a website. Now let's see it without going to Firefox on a black background. And you can see that would be a nice little button. If it was a white background or any color background, you would see the drop shadow. But since this is a background, you can't really see. You can't really see the background there. So that's how you do that. Now if you wanted to do a round button, just create a new one, click OK, select that, rounded corners, do about around 60, and you can see that it's showing the background or the edges rounded. Looks really nice. Filters, light and shadow, drop shadow. You can see how nice that will be. And if we add a bevel, you can see that looks really nice, but let's make it look even nicer by doing it again, but dropping it. And you can see that looks really cute. And then export, button, round. Now if we go in, crop it down some, 140 by 30, we can see what it'll look like on a website. Button round small. Sometimes you have to click that export twice. Sometimes it doesn't take the first time you click it. And if we open that up, you can see that looks really nice. And once you see the drop shadow, looks even better. So there you go. I showed you a quick way of making buttons for websites. A lot of people think that it's all involved and you have to do all kinds of this and that and everything else, but you can see you can do it in a matter of a couple minutes and be done and make a whole bunch in a short time. Hope you learned something, and thanks.